Hey everyone, what's up? I hope you had a good weekend. Let me do a quick sound test if everything is good. Yes, I think the sound is good. Let me know if not in the chat. Cool. Cool to be live again. New week, new challenges. So, yeah, can't wait to jump in again. I had a great weekend. I had a couple days off, so recovered a little bit. Yeah, relaxed, enjoyed my free time, and now we're getting back into 2D animation. Cool. So, with that, I would say let's jump in. So I will quickly. I just started a couple minutes ago to warm up. And yeah, I will finish that, and then we're going to jump into the animation. Let's go. So here, just sketching, yeah, just a simple character frame setup to warm up myself after the little break during the weekend. So my last stream, I sketched was, or my last time sketching was in my last stream. That way it makes sense. And I would say, let's quickly watch what we finished the last time. And also I think let me make the sound a little bit more quiet. So this was the last animation from the last time, so we studied a little bit this jumping animation here over this hurdle. And we did it now, it was the third time animating it. So the stream before that, we did actually did this one. And this was okay, but the movement still was not so dynamic. And yeah, looked a little bit, yeah, not so... not the flow I wanted to create. Then in the last stream, as a lesson we took away was that it can help to, when learning a new movement, to first do it from the side. So this was the next one, where we sketch the key positions in for the movements from the side. And then we did this one. And I think this took, yeah, this working better. And today I would say let's again work with the reference. So we are looking at this reference here. So this is the reference we use to animate that jump, where this guy here is jumping over the hurdle. The hurdle! Cool. And I would say today let's do it from a different perspective. I was also thinking maybe to do it again from the side. But maybe we're just starting by doing it from a different angle. Let's try if we're going to being able to do it. So let's see. Go a little bit here in the timeline. Okay, and we're creating here a new layer and starting with this position. And let's see how we're going to animate this guy. Maybe in a position like that. And yeah, if you have any questions, again, let me know in the chat. And also today this will be our first animation here, so I think it will be, yeah, feel a little bit stiff first, but that's okay. So of course this is too big. Let's make it smaller. I hope you can see everything. Yes, looks like that. You see the reference and you see the frame. Cool, cool, cool. And now let's get into it and have fun. So let's see. And of course now we have to think a little bit mirrored. But I think this will be okay. Like that. Let's see how we're going to do that. And this leg here comes here and goes back there, and we're just seeing barely behind it. Like that. Cool. And now the arm. And cleaning it a little up, so it's a little bit easier to understand what's happening here. This here is everything here is in the front, like that. Cool, so this is our first position. Frame number 1. Go to the next one. A little bit forward, maybe this one. The body now is leaning forward, maybe a little bit up. The hip is still maybe in an angle like this. Ba, ba, ba. Indicating the head with an ellipse. Now this arm here comes forward and goes here maybe. Other arm also, like that, and back here. And now this leg here goes a little bit, extends. Maybe a little bit more up. See how we're going to sketch that in. Maybe like that is okay for now. And the other leg here comes to the front. Maybe like that. And also I like to sketch the ground plane here. So actually we know where the ground is. So here we have keyframe number 2. Go to the next one. Maybe now this one where he still has a little bit contact to the ground. So the body even moves more forward. Also the head is more forward. We have a bigger angle here. Like that maybe. And now this leg is also bent like this. Going here. And stretching even more into the air. Maybe like that. Good. And now this arm here comes here. And this arm here comes here. And this one goes up. And a little bit more to the front. Like that. See how this looks? I think okay. Cool. Keyframe number 3. And as you can see, I keep it more rough for now. But I think, yeah, it's still working. So as a first setup for the perspective, I think it's working okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. So let's go to the next one. Now he's jumping into the air and moving more to the front even. So maybe let's make him here a little bit better, bigger, so he's coming towards the camera. You're looking like here, my hand here is smaller, and like if I'm putting the hand more towards the camera, my hand gets bigger. Sounds obvious, sounds logic, and this is a little bit what we're doing now here with the animation. So we have even a stronger tilt here of the body, and also here the hip. Here comes the head. And now this leg here will move like that. And maybe even more forward. Maybe here. Was this too far? It's maybe a little bit too big. Maybe here. So you can place your drawing a little bit. Yeah, check what's working for you. Maybe like that. And if you're not sure how to implement foreshortening, so it can always, for example, if you have your arm here, for example, this is your rib cage, and you have one joint here, so this would be the head, this is your rib cage, and you have your arms here, and your hand, and you want to place it in perspective. It always helps, for example, like this, when you're sketching the shape here in perspective, to use ellipses like this, and now use an ellipse for the arm, like that, and then you can more easily estimate how the foreshortening will be. Like this, here would be the arm, and the ribcage would be here. Just sketched in quickly. Of course, you have to take care a little bit more of the proportions, but yeah, in general, it helps sometimes if you're not sure and you're animating in perspective, to go back to the basic shapes helps to yeah, be a little bit more accurate with your shapes. Like for example, also here for the leg, We can use just basic shapes for the body parts. And then use that as starting or as a reference point to sketch in our foot. Like that. Number 4, and quickly also the arms coming even more here to the front. Maybe like that. And the character jumps here to the front. Cool. So let's do the next one. Maybe this one now. Or maybe this one also is sufficient. So we're just really focusing on the minimal e-drawings here. So we have again, maybe one angle again like that. Will not work. I see. It feels a little bit too much there. With that, maybe a little bit down, a bit smaller. Maybe like that. I think this is okay. And now this one leg here will come more to the front. And going back here. And a little bit sideways. And the other leg here and now down. Like that. Cool. So, and also sometimes animating without the onion skin. For example, here I animated without the onion skin, or sometimes in the beginning it helps to sketch it first, but then when not being sure, just flipping back and forth and testing. Does it feel good? Because when you're flipping it back and forth, your animation, you see immediately if it's not working or not working. So yeah, that's always helpful. Hello, Mother is Abe, looking good. Thanks so much. Cool that you're joining the stream. If you have any question, let me know in the chat. Cool. So our character's flying here out of the camera. Whee! And let's see, I think probably the next position would be out of frame. Yeah, but I think maybe for first animation it's good. So let's do another one in from a different perspective. create a new layer here, and maybe, yes, something a little bit different. So we have this perspective here. We have this perspective here. This here is from the side. And we have this one. So maybe let's do another one to practice a little bit here, sketching from different angles. So thinking maybe something more from the top would be fun. So maybe something like this. Yeah, maybe we'll try something like this here, from a perspective like this. So more from the top, to have a little bit variety from the perspective. And also practice that. So, and maybe let's see, maybe a little bit more dynamic way to animate it again. Box here will come here. And now indicating we're going to do it. Yeah, I think I like that. So it's always cool, just the first box is already giving a lot of indication of the perspective you're sketching in. So the arm will come here. The other arm here. This leg here goes down. And goes here. So this perspective will be a little bit more challenging, I think. But let's see if we're able to make it. Oh. Maybe like that. Will be the ground. Let's see if it's too strong, the foreshortening here. Not sure. So we don't need that anymore. And the other leg will be here. Going to the back. Yeah, not really visible from here. Like that. Okay. The next one. Maybe this one now. So this will go here. This will go here. This one will bend a little bit more. Maybe we have to make it a little bit like that. I think I made the legs here too short, to be honest. So let's quickly find a better solution for that. Maybe like that. So, figuring here a little bit out the perspective. But yeah, sometimes just takes a little bit time to get the perspective right. Just try out different things. And then at some point you will get there. And also again, doesn't have to be perfect. Every of these practice is, yeah, see it as, or of these studies is practice. So yeah, see it as that. So be open to make mistakes. And in the end, you're doing it because you want to also to make mistakes. So you can learn from them. Always remember that. Now the arm will move to the front a little bit more. So just tracking here what's happening just with a simple box. So it feels a little bit stiff, but I think it's probably also because the perspective in itself is a little bit more challenging. So the first pass, or the first animation would be just to figure out a little bit perspective and then going over it and making it a little bit more dynamic. Cool. So the next one, now this one here. Like that. And this one now again goes to the front and down here. Good. And the legs or the arms go maybe here a little bit more to the front of the head, like this. Cleaning it up here a little bit clear more what's happening here. And I mean, I could continue now, but I think I will do it again and practice a little bit this perspective here, because I'm not 100% happy with it, and I want just to focus to practice a little bit also be a little bit more confident to sketch in an angle like that. So maybe have another approach here. And also focus on sketching the body here correctly. So as you can see, practicing a little bit to sketch this figure here from a perspective like that. And I feel already it's a little bit better than this one, but still there's room for improvement. I'm testing out here more dynamic version. But I feel like a version like that here is making more sense when being a little bit more, yeah, when not having too much of a perspective shift. So when being more, a little bit more two-dimensional, then these setups here make a little bit more sense, I feel. Then when being in perspective, I feel like boxes are helping more. Okay. So let's do another. Okay. And now again, a new attempt. Maybe. Let's see. I will simplify it even more. Maybe let's try a version like that. Where we're actually animating more of a skeleton. Let's see how this work. We're just using super basic shapes here to animate this one. Clean it up here so you can see what's happening inside here. Oh, this is in front. So improving the readability a little bit more. Like that. Okay. And for the hand now, let's just use basic shapes. A little bit smaller. Here, let's see how much foreshortening we want to have here. Maybe like that. And the foot is not visible for now. I mean, I could add it, but maybe let's see if we come to it without adding it. And then adding it in a second. I'll make this one here a little bit bigger. The foot would be somewhere here. Maybe just indicating it like that. Okay. Like that. Hello, Gojo and Epic Friends. Hi bro, you cool as hell, don't waste your time. Thank you for that. Not sure what you mean with don't waste your time, but thank you for your input. Cool that you're joining the stream. Okay, so we have the first position here, and it's also cool for now to try out to animate these jumps with a really an anatomy figure, like to the basic proportion, simple shapes, more like like almost a skeleton, where we could place the whip cage in here. So super basic. And let's see how it's going. And I like it already more, like this first position, than the previous one. Feels more accurate. So yeah, to stick through it, and also, of course, like I said, this practice is about making mistakes and learning from them. So to be patient, and yeah, give it different. Also, there's also not one method that works for everything. So sometimes you have to try out different methods that can help you to achieve your goal on the thing you want to animate. And sometimes method A works, sometimes method B or C works. So super different. Depending on which angle you're sketching, what are you animating? Is it more a figure, a character, an animal, something organic, fire? So different approaches. Cool. 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 Okay, let's go to the next position. Maybe now this one. And here this character will come more to the front. Cool. Maybe like that. The hip will be a little bit more straight. You can see the character's a little bit shifting to the front. With that, also the head will go a little bit more to the front. And you don't have to clean it up here, so I'm just doing it actually. So it's a little bit more easy to read what's in front and what's behind the bar D. But yeah, as I said, you don't have to do that when animating. So now this like you will actually also what's happening, this will go a little bit more to the front and a little bit more up. Like that. And now this here will get straight. And also get straight here, maybe a little bit more up here. And now also straight here. And this shape here will now move up like that. Maybe like that. And this one here will come to the front. Like that. And this one here maybe get here. Maybe like that. Cool. So the second position here. Now the next one. Maybe let's do this one here. The character will move here like this to the front. Maybe we see a little bit from the back. And now this here will go here. Maybe like this. And then go here. And maybe a little bit more up. Or even the foot is already in the air. Maybe let's do it like that. And a little bit smaller, the whole foot. I think it's too big. And maybe a little bit more here. Let's see if we're working with the motion. Yes. So I feel like to sketch the foot properly, I have often a difficult time. Not so easy. But we're getting there step by step. I think that's okay. And now here we go a little bit up. Like that. And now like here will come here. We like that. Like that. Cool. Also clean it up here quickly. And also this here is in front actually. So we have our third position. And I would say also perspective-wise, it's okay. It's, yeah, not perfect, but it's working okay. Cool, so we have the first 3 key positions here. Also again with a different approach, where we're sketching more like the skeleton and not the human body. It's of course you could sketch muscles and the human body on top of it, but I feel like when the perspective also gets more complicated, it helps to establish first like a basic skeleton with it, like here where we have more control and focus on the proportions, like how long are the bones. We can use a box for the knee and also then use basic shapes like that to sketch in the foreshortening and stuff like that. So yeah, when the perspective gets a little bit more challenging, I feel like to come back to a basic figure helps a lot. Also reminds me a little bit of the basic figures in the book from Loomis, where you also have these figures like that, just sketched in quickly. Yeah, I think if you read the book, you know which one I mean. So cool. Let's go to the next one. Maybe now this one. Keyframe number 3. Keyframe number 3. Like that. And also this one maybe comes here. Cool. Cool. And now the legs. So this one leg now will almost like that, I would say. Knee probably in an angle like that, and then the leg goes back here. See what the correct angle here will be. Maybe like that. Number 4. And this one now goes more to the front. And it goes up here. So with the plane it would be like that. A bit more here. Like that. Cool. Cool. I think that's okay. And if you're also not sure like how to sketch the feet in from this perspective, you can, for example, if you have an angle like that, with the box it would be like that. You just sketch, for example, you want to sketch the feet here. You can also, for example, okay, the vanishing points are there and there. You can sketch in just a basic plane towards the vanishing point. So in this vanishing point, and then another vanishing point is there. Start with the basic plane, and then you can connect the basic plane to the other simple shapes. So always simple shapes in perspective and connecting them. I hope that makes sense. Also now it sounds simple, but it just also takes practice to get a feeling on how to sketch also basic shapes like this in perspective. But it's repetition and also making a lot of mistakes, learning of them. So yeah, taking the time just to sketch boxes or different angles. And then, yeah, getting better at it and learning from it. And hello, Purely Hi 89. Hi, good to see you. Cool that you're joining this stream. Hey everyone who's joining. If you have any question, let me know in the chat. So I also have to maybe try out. So sometimes my camera is going a little bit wishy-washy. So focusing on different things. So I have to check if this is a specific setting. But actually, I'm not sure. But I will try or check the settings at another point. So let's get back into the animation. So I think this is working okay. I would move this a little bit forward, I would say. I think that's better. And also the ground plane is here. Cool. I think it's working good. I think also like this leg here could be a little bit longer actually. So just make it a little bit more here. So like that. I think that's better. And the character is jumping. Whee! Looks fun! Hello, Lady Dodici. Cool that you're joining the stream. We're in the middle of animating this jump here, this reference. And yeah, trying out a little bit more challenging perspective. So the last one we did were this one. So we oh, not this one, this one. We started with this one today. So, and now we're animating it a little bit more from top. And another one we did was this one from the side. This was the last stream Friday. And also this one from this angle here. So yeah, trying out different angles and animating them. Cool. I mean, this one is almost similar, to be honest. But this one is a little bit more from the top. So we're seeing actually a little bit from the back here, from this perspective. So the back here is a little bit visible. Cool. So let's go to the next key position. Let's see which one we're doing. And maybe we're doing this one. Let's see, maybe this one. I would say we need... I will try this one, but I think it would need like one key position before, so the animation is working. But let's see. So what's happening is here. Character is coming down again. Like that. It's a little bit too small. Catching the knee here in. And now the foot here going almost on an angle like that. And also the foot is going a little bit outwards here. And the leg here now is going down. And of course, I think the angle, let's make it a little bit more down actually. Maybe like that. And going down here. Like that. Cool. Keyframe number 5. Like that. Super cool, super cool. Super, super, super cool. So. That, line. Cool. And then the character would land again. I think also the foot probably is too much connected here to the legs, so we would need a little bit more space here. Like that. Looks better. Great. And then the character would jump. And also let me quickly take this whole animation, move it a little bit more here, so maybe we have a little bit more space to actually see the character also landing. Hello Desai Ed, good to see you again. I hope you had a great weekend. We're back this week into animating this jump here. We started last week to study the movement, and today was a little different perspective setup, and also with a different approach on terms of how we're sketching the figure, so going more to the basic abstraction of a figure, similar like the ones in the Loomis book, if you're familiar with them. So yeah, trying out a couple of new things, setting new challenges with the perspective, learning new movements, and see how we can use and learn animation or movements from reference. Okay, so let's make the position here where the character's landing. Maybe this one. Even I think probably we would had to add, or needed to add one also in between, but I tried to make this as minimalistic as possible in terms of how many key positions we're using. So to sketch this animation or animating it in a way where we're using maybe just only 6-7 key drawings and still then seeing if it's working or not. So the character here will again be more straight. And the hips will come here. like that. The head will go here. And now this leg here will come here. Using simple shapes here in perspective. And then connecting this leg here. So this looks a little bit wrong actually. Okay, how are we going to sketch it in? Maybe more like this. Maybe like this. Maybe like this. Also wrong. I feel like the whole angle. Then again, let's try to sketch it in with a simple shape. Now this looks better. Maybe we have to rotate it a little bit more. Maybe more like this. I feel like this is better. The only thing, I think the whole angle of the leg is wrong. So maybe it has to be more like this, actually. I think this is better. And yeah, if you're not sure if an angle is right or wrong, just sketch it again. Try out different things. It's also okay if it's not perfect or it's not so accurate. Sometimes also you're looking again tomorrow at your animation and then you're seeing, okay, this perspective was a little bit not sketched the proper way. And then with time you develop your eye to get a better natural feeling for with perspective. It's not happening in one day, so don't pressure yourself too much. That's super normal. Also, like you can see, it will also never end that you're making mistakes. So that's just part of it. Of course, it can be frustrating at sometimes, but in the end, it's so helpful to make mistakes. Only way you're learning. Okay, so this goes here, and now the other leg is here and going down here. See how far? Maybe like here. And now then landing on the ground. Cool. Think a little bit more forward. Even more. And maybe a little bit bigger actually. See? I think this is okay. And now the arms. So this arm is going down. Coming to the front. And make, let's say this arm is going to the back. Let's say like this. The wrong angle. maybe like this, that. It doesn't feel natural that the arm is behind the body there. So let's also make it maybe like that. Cool. Quickly watch it. Indicating here. One is behind the body. Like that. Okay. Keyframe number 6 here. Looks okay, I would say, for the basic movement. Let's quickly watch again the reference. And here we have our movement in perspective. Make it full screen. Let's move it a little bit. Here to here. A little bit here, making it a little bit smaller maybe. Maybe moving it here. See? Yeah. I think it looks okay. So of course a little bit of, in terms of proportion, I think this one here has to be a little bit bigger actually. But I think the basic movement looks good. Also the perspective looks okay. So yeah, learned also a lot again with this one. Also that it can be valuable really to go back to the basic figure with basic proportions, and then yeah, it's easier to implement. It's easier to implement to a different kind of perspective. So also if we would say we would sketch a figure from an angle like that, also use the basic simple shapes, and then we could construct it also from a perspective like this, just sketch it roughly. Cool. So what we're learning is to simple shapes, also going back more to a Manekin, similar to the book from Loomis, and establish perspective. And on top of that, then we could add muscles here and add the character like that, adding muscles, adding the complexity here. Yeah. Then we could sketch a character on top of it, but it helps so much to have established the perspective, the figure already, and on top of that we could sketch every character we want. Hello Star Wars, cool to see you. Oof, you're so underrated, it looks amazing. Thank you for your kind words. Yeah, happy if you're enjoying it. I hope also, yeah, you learn a little bit with me. For example, I think, yeah, to see it like that, this figure as also when sometimes not being sure, that you can always go back to basic shapes. I think, yeah, it's a cool lesson. Cool, super fun. And I also like this kind of movement here. We've seen the reference. It's also very straightforward, but looking super cool. Fun movement. Great. Okay. So, I would say let me think if I'm going to do another animation. Maybe one from the Animator Survival Kit and bring it in perspective. Not sure. Maybe I will do that. So maybe this one here. So we have a little bit of variety in terms of what we are animating. Yeah, if you haven't read the Animator Survival Kit, and can highly recommend it. I'm now watching on page 214. If you want to follow or see the reference I'm using. So let's do a new animation row. A new animation row and have some fun with a different movement here. Also a jump again, but we already have it here. The key positions established in the Animator Survival Kit, and I will try now to bring it into perspective. Let's see in which perspective I'm going to animate it. Maybe a more relaxed one, where I can actually use more basic figure here. But let's see. Maybe like that. So I will not do it one-on-one as a reference. Maybe this one for the first position. Maybe bring it a little bit down. Maybe a little bit less here of a curve to the upper body. Maybe like that. Okay. First position here. Do the next one. Like that. Finding the right angle here. Like that. Maybe bigger here. Two characters going on the knees here. This one is behind the body. And sketching an ellipse on the ground. Maybe this one here has to get a little bit bigger actually. So we're a little bit more consistent with the proportions. Cool, let's do the next one. Need the character. squash and stretch super extreme actually in the reference. How are we going to show it here? Using an ellipse here. Maybe like that. This looks fun, obviously. And this one indicating here behind the body. A little bit bigger. Even more bigger. Maybe like that, maybe it's too much. See in a second. Like that. Let's move everything a little bit down so we have a little bit more space for the movement. Let now the character move up here. Shoulders come here. And the head maybe here. Indicating where the middle plane is. Okay, so the next one. I think we have to move it even more down. Maybe here. Wee! Woo! It looks fun if the body stretching like this. Start was turned into a triangle. Yeah. So yeah, I think you can use different shapes if you squash and stretching the object or using a smear. But if this is then played super fast and we're making the animation here slower, so he's slowly going into the knees and then getting faster and moving super fast, you don't actually see the triangle so strongly. You see more, yeah, like a motion blur effect almost. But depends how you're animating it. But yeah. And of course also it has a more cartoon effect. So this is also showed more extremely. You can also do it a little bit more subtle and yeah, using the same effect. Okay. Whee! So let's do the next one. Where the character will be still on the ground. Maybe just a little bit. Let's see. Star Wars Writer, yeah, if you have any question, let me know. I can also show it to you what I mean with more subtle. Okay, now we're sketching in. Character now moving into the air. A more subtle way, for example, not making it too extreme, would be only elongating the legs here, for example. So normally they would end here, but we could also make the legs only a little bit longer and not transforming the whole body into a diagonal shape like that. Could be a subtle way to elongate the body, or just, for example, the head. We have a round here, just making it a little bit longer, not so much. Could be also a subtle way to have that elongating effect. So it doesn't have to be so extreme like here. Just as an example. Okay. Another foot here. Like this. Maybe also the angle has to be this. Let's see. Maybe position also the foot here, the other one. Like that. And the character starts to lift off here into the air. Wee! Ooh! Cool. With keyframe number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Looks fun! Yeah, Star Wars also writing looks fun. So the diagonal shape effect can give your animation a little bit more dynamic. So here we are extreme. As I said, this doesn't have to be so extreme. And here we again like elongating the whole form and then getting more basic again to the animation. So we have the stretching effect happening when we're playing it. Wee! Cool. So let's do the next one. The next position. Animation. Okay. And now the character here. Here we go. Patch it in. Like that. A little bit more up. Maybe here. Maybe like that. And the other leg somewhere here. Like that. See how this looks. Clean the mess here a little bit. Actually understanding what is happening here. Okay, I think that helps. Maybe make it a little bit more here and a little bit smaller, actually. Not 100% happy with it, but I will keep it like that for now. Go to the next one. The character will land again. Hello, Jenny, I would say, is asking German, so I'm also speaking German. I will quickly read it out in German. Sorry for the confusion. For the rest, I can translate it then. Hi, sieht echt cool aus. Seit wann lernst du Animation und wieso? Ich habe letztes Jahr angefangen und das Jahr davor immer so ein paar Übungen gemacht mit dem Buch Animator Survival Kit. Wenn du auch Animation lernen willst, check das aus. So, genau. Langsam angefangen, zeichnen mache ich schon seit sehr vielen Jahren, seit 6 Jahren auch sehr, sehr regelmäßig. Und ja, jetzt letztem Jahr sehr, sehr, auch sehr regelmäßig. Im Prinzip jede Woche am Animieren und jetzt auch am Stream. Lade auch jede Woche Content hoch. Instagram und halt so ein bisschen, was ich lerne. Und weil es einfach als Kind viele Animes geguckt, viele Animationssachen und viel Spaß dabei. Okay, so and now in English, so for the confusion, everyone, the question was, since when I'm learning animation and why? So I'm feeling a little bit like in a press conference, in a football press conference, where they also always are translating. And yeah, I started animation the first lessons like 2 years ago or something like that. I don't know the exact date. And just because I'm drawing already like for 6 years super regularly, I also had a phase a couple of years ago where I sketched like almost every day 6 hours. That was a little bit too much. And then, yeah, I took it a little bit more relaxed. And yeah, I would say also just drawing is more a passion. And yeah, then I started to explore a little bit animation because professionally I'm doing already motion design work for a longer time. And I also was always curious about 2D animation because maybe also like you watched animated shows when you was a child and were fascinated by it. And then I tried it out, and since then it's super fun. And then I took it more and more step by step, more serious and practicing more. And right now it's like the first love. I love it so much. It's so much fun to animate. Yeah, it's just a wonderful feeling when your drawings start to move and feel like they are more and more alive. I can, yeah, if you are passionate with drawing, try it out. 2D animation, super fun. And yeah, Jenny is writing, thank you for the answer. I tried to keep it in English now. Yeah, maybe for everyone also who's watching, that is a little bit more easy. Yeah, that's about it. And also, I feel like also if you're already drawing for a longer time, the fundamentals, for example, learning how to sketch in perspective, constructing volumes in perspective, then learning how to sketch light and shadow for a box, for example, for sphere, so sketch super crappy, for cylinder, all the things, all those fundamentals, how to, learn anatomy, learn, super, a lot of fundamentals you can learn, and all these fundamentals apply to different fields, to concept design, to animation, also to 3D work at some point, to storyboard artist, to visual development artist, to painters. Also, so many fields that has similar fundamentals. So, I think that at some point it's about learning. If you want, depends also what you do, what you want to do, in which field you want to go. But you can, learn fundamentals and then see by the time what's fun for you, what you want to do. So, and for me right now, I think I have a lot of fun with animation. But that's a cool thing that the fundamentals apply to so many different fields. And also a reality that is maybe a little bit sad, but also I think, for example, with concept design, I think especially that field is changing right now a lot through all the AI development that is sad. I mean, it probably also has positive, to some degree, positive things, but it's also scary. And changes the way we work, also with coding. But that's a different topic. But that's also something maybe to have an eye how technology is changing, also with 3D work, and then decide if you want to make a passion or a hobby into professional work, and if it's realistic. But just also some to think about a little bit. Jenny, I tried to learn them all too, but there are too lot. Personally, I love the storytelling aspect about animation, and Star Wars is writing same here. Yeah. Also, I think the storytelling is also the thing that connects us emotionally to a animated series or to the work. And if the storytelling is good, the whole animated piece also becomes more important for us if we can resonate with the characters we are seeing. So and that's also maybe to take the bridge to AI. I think the key thing also will be, doesn't matter how the technology looks, if it has no storytelling behind it, and if it's not connecting emotionally with us, I don't think the tools or the aid matter so much. So to understand storytelling, no matter the tools or no matter like which fundamentals or the craft, I think storytelling is always one of the most important skills to learn and will never be replaced with AI or something. Because in the end, we are human beings and we work over connections from human being to human being. And that is also, works with storytelling. I hope that point makes sense. Okay, so let's get back here before, I'm only talking, finishing this animation. So the character will land now here. Wee! So, and I also, what's important, I think, is that he has already connection here with the ground. Let me quickly change that. And also for these jumps, maybe one thing to take away also that is important, that you want still, it's super important that at this position here, the character has contact to the ground, and also depends also what kind of jump you're animating, but it can give your animation a more realistic feeling that you have your character connected, the feet's connected to the ground, and then at some point off the ground. So don't have the character jump too early and leaving the feet too early from the ground. That's important to give the character of the feeling of weight and physics that he's actually jumping on the earth and not somewhere else. Cool. So just wanted to mention that briefly. Also, when you're seeing maybe a jump in an animated show, have an eye on how the character's jumping and when are the foots leaving the ground. That can help to make your jump a little bit more believable. Okay. So, sketch it here. Whee! I would say also maybe this character in terms of proportion, a little bit too big actually. So that's also something to keep an eye on. To, yeah, have the proportions or the whole size of the figure that it don't change too much during your animation. So if we're looking at the figure here, it's smaller actually. At the figure here it's bigger. Also, if we, of course, we're stretching it a little bit, but something to keep in mind to be a little bit, yeah, consistent with the size of your figure. So that's why changing it here a little bit. So we're actually consistent with the size doing this animation. And then flipping back and forth and repositioning your drawings also helps. Wee, cool. I think it looks fun. Great. And Star Wars is Fighting War. It looks so good. Thank you so much. And also, this, if you haven't watched, if you want to learn animation, check out the Animator Survival Kit. This is where I'm taking the key drawings or the key position. So the credits go more to Richard Williams, but it's like the best book to learn animation. It has all in there. And what I'm doing only is actually to bring this key drawings into perspective. Okay, so now I would say let's do one more. There are a couple of key drawings missing here at the end, but I want to do it again just for practice sake from a different angle. Like that. Great. Do that. Like that. And do it from an angle here quickly. Let's see. And let's see if I have enough energy left for today to make it an angle, different angle here. Start the box actually. So, and then at some point, you feel also a little bit the concentration shifting away after 2 hours animating. Let's see. Feeling in a good flow right now. So I want to give it a try also to make it from a different angle. So making a little bit more progress here in terms of animating this one. Also from an angle like that. And let's see, maybe we can simplify it like that here. Like that, and the arms come here to the front. To the front. to the front. Okay. Like that. So that's our first position here. A little bit smaller, so we have space for the animation. Maybe here. To the next one. Again, the character here will move down. Like that. Hips go here. Like that. The legs come here to the front. And yeah, we position the drawing step by step, getting closer to the position you need. Maybe like that. The foot here comes a little bit to the front. Or actually, we have to change the angle of the one leg. Star Wars writing perspective drawing animation is so eye-catching. Yeah, it's super fun. Super fun, eye-catching. Also then when adding more effects, when also sketching a couple of fighting scenes, can't wait to do that. We're getting a little bit more speed into the whole animation. Can't wait to do that also here on stream, to learn that. But step by step, so for now we still here are animating a couple of basic jumps and exploring perspective. So indicate also that this here is behind the body, like that. And the character now will go down here. Sometimes I like also just to use this straight line tool in Clip Studio Paint. If you want to have quickly a straight line. And the arms here now coming to the top. Quickly clean up things here. Do we see what's happening? Like this. And one goes here, or one hand actually. And the other arm is doing the same movement. So maybe let's place it here and here quickly. Like that. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Okay, so that's our second position. The one number one. And number two. Number two. Great. So we have these two positions here. Oh, that's also cool. If the first two positions are already looking fun. Like just only he's going on the knees, but it's still looking already fun to watch, I have to say. Okay, let's do the next one. So, and now we have this diagonal shape we made before, again, but from a different angle. So let's see how we're going to do it. Maybe that's also some. Am I now starting with the legs or with the upper body? But I think I will start with the feet actually. See? But yeah, also there's no wrong, right or wrong way. Now actually I'm starting not with the feet, but with the leg. So it's more figuring out what's making sense, trying out how the perspective is working or looking good. Maybe like that. Does it make sense? And the other leg now would come here. Maybe like that. And yeah, when not being sure how to place a character here in perspective, use simple shapes like I'm using right now with the basic shapes here with ellipses. And now like that. And now what's coming back is this diagonal shape. I mean, this is now super. It's Star Wars is writing, have you done impact frames before? No, I haven't, but it's on my list. And also I write it down, impact frames in the future. Definitely want to do that. I think that is super fun. Can't wait. But thanks you for your input. Especially maybe then when doing fighting animations and if a character wants to land a super strong punch, then implementing an impact frame would be super fun. And I also like that black and white look that you have with a lot of impact frames. But yeah, cool. So now the character here is moving, transforming into a box. I mean, this is almost ironic, but I find it so funny that I will keep it like that. But yeah, of course, it looks a little bit fun actually. How this character here is transforming here into this box shape. Ah, ah. But yeah, let's see how it will look. Okay, the character that transformed into a box. The next short movie. Okay, and now also the hands here will elongate. And the other one will be behind the body. Whee! And also, of course, I'm not so, maybe just not 100% happy here with the angle of the arm, because that's why I'm changing it. Like that. Cool. Maybe clean it up here in the middle of the arm. In the middle of the arm. So Looks fun already by playing it like that. Okay. Cool. So let's do the next one. And again, the character here will be in the air. Like that. See? Again, this angle here has to be the same. So the character here, this angle has to be the same as this one. So it looks better if we would place the character in an angle like that. It would look so good. Because you have the force, like this elongating part actually is also super increasing the force at which the character is moving. So if we would have in the second frame it like that, we would also have to indicate in somehow that the force is going in a round shape, if that makes sense. Okay, maybe like here. And now character moves in the air. Like that. Maybe a little bit up. And also the other one. Like that. Cool. So here we have number 3. And here keyframe number 4. Also, let's add the ground so we know where the ground is when the character is also in the air. Wee! Woo! Cool, cool, cool. And then the arms still missing. The arms simply moving here to the front, also with this arm. Sketching that in. Yeah, looks fun. Wee, wee. It's almost like this, like a loop that the character is jumping up and down when playing it like that. Cool. So now let's do again the position where the character will now be in the air. I would like to start it the box again. Like that. Like that. And now the feet come here. And here. And also the other foot here. And here. And the arm here. And here. And also this arm here. Sketching a little bit roughly in, but I think the basic movement is visible. Clearly indicating that this is in front. Like that. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Let's see if this is a little bit too much up. Maybe like this. And still we want to have the ground plane here. And we have key animation or keyframe Drawing number 5. Wee! Woo! And also, of course, important to make sounds while animating. Start was wow, really good, looks so much fun. Yeah, I think also it's working. And also by step, trying out more and more. Like last week, sketched more characters in perspective. This week, sketching more characters in perspective. It gets more and more normal to animate figures in perspective. And then we can also focus on more complex movements, more complex things in animation, like at some point also impact frames. But to, get used to sketching like the important things, important stepstones, and doing that more confidently is helping then to increase the complexity. I'm using Clip Studio Paint, so it's here in the top left corner. Clip Studio Paint X. I think there are 2 subscription modes, and I've subscribed and paying every month for it. That's animation software that I'm using. I also was thinking maybe at some point trying out TV Paint. I think a lot of professional animators are also using TV Paint, but I'm super happy right now with Clip Studio Paint and also the fundamentals of animation. If you learn the fundamentals, you can apply all the animations programs work similarly. So they all have in some kind a timeline. They all have frames that you can see where you can space out or set the timing of the frames. They have layers on the right. They have brushes. So in essence, all these programs work similarly. Okay, so let's do the next one where the character will land again. Let's see how we're going to do that one. Maybe again stretching it a little bit. Like that, maybe a little more forward. And now the legs here will elongate. And will have contact with the ground. Like that. Yeah. This is okay. Like that. Like that. Sketching roughly in the hands. Good. Up. Ooh-wee. So we have some 6 here. Cool. Whoosh. And then character will stand on the foot. Coming a little bit more into the front. Like that. We look so good. Yeah, looks fun. Let's finish the last key drawings and then we're having a little recap. And I think this also will be the last animation for today. So with almost 2 hours, 30 minutes animating, of course, like with 50 minutes countdown at the beginning, but almost, over 2 hours animating. I think we had a good session today. So let's finish here the last keyframes. Let's see. Maybe like that. Makes sense. Yeah, maybe like that. Like that. The character will land here on both beats. And number 7. And here the arms will elongate. Like that. A bit too long here actually. So just to be right in perspective, like this is going to the vanishing point there. So this hand here can't be longer than can go up there. Just to be right in terms of anatomy. Okay, and make it a little bit smaller maybe. I think that looks good. Maybe bring it a little bit more down here. Yeah, nice. Cool. So, and now frame 8, keyframe 8. Still want to see how this looks with the character again. We'll move down to have a little bouncing it off. Let's see, maybe like that quickly. We want to add this or not. Like that. Maybe even more down. Like that. Ba-ba. And the hands coming here. And now he's standing up again. So it's a basic, also the almost the same thing with we did with the boxes, where when something is landing, it's being smaller and then coming up again and landing. So this would be a little bit more like a bounce effect. Star Wars writing, having so much fun. Make sure to rest up after this. Yeah, so but for me it's already 11 p.m. So I think I will just chill a little bit and then going into bed, sleep, and tomorrow starts work again for me. So I have to get up early and working. But I had a longer break. I had a couple of days free. So excited for that to go back again to work. Okay, so and now we have the character standing again. And for that, I will quickly use this one as a reference. So, because this one can be almost the same. And then moving it to the front. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. I think this one will be the last position we're adding for this one. Like that. Quickly sketching it in here. Okay. And the arms now here will be just straight here going down. And here maybe you could see the arm here. Like that. And now we can move that frame to the front. This one we don't need anymore. This is the wrong one. Okay. Cool. So let's quickly see if it's looking okay. Yeah. So this would be 9. Okay, let's watch it quickly. Yeah, I think it looks fun. Whee. Also that when the character's landing, that he's going a little bit down and then up again. Cool. Super fun. Learned a lot again from it. Also, yeah, how to, that the squash and stretch here can look cool. Even that we have a super fun, like a box shape here, and still it's looking good when animated. And yeah, looks dynamic. Looks cool. Even that we also, like we have a character where his upper body is made of a box. So, and still we have a fluent dynamic movement. I think that's great. Wee. That's cool. So the craft of animation, just beautiful. Cool. So I would say also let's watch again at the other things we did. This one was here, like we did the first ones. Also looking fun. Sketch a little bit differently, not so much with box shapes. Then we have this one we did today. Looks also fun. Also cool. Like here, this again to the last one feels a little bit more stiff, but here we focused more on understanding the key movements we are animating. And yeah, and that next thing would be here to add a little bit more dynamic to the animation by also adding a squash and stretch and yeah, making a little bit more dynamic. But I think the basic movement is working good here in this one. Then we have this one. I think this we started. Yeah, this was the first attempt. And with this one, this looks also fun. I think this was the first animation we did today. And this one was from last week. But I think, yeah, great practice, feeling more comfortable step by step animating in perspective. So much to learn. Also, when learning a new movement, it can always help to just go again animated from the side and only focusing on the movement and then going again into perspective. Super cool. Okay, cool. So with that, I would say we will end the stream for today. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Also, Star Wars, super cool that you joined today. Yeah, participated in the chat, was super fun, the exchange. Also, Jenny, everyone who wrote in the chat, commented, Gojo and Epic Friends, PewPie, Lady Dodichi, Desai Ed. Was cool to see you, everyone. Yeah, hope to see you in one of the next streams. So I changed a little bit, just a quick information. I streamed the last weeks 5 times every week, and I just realized, next to my full-time jobs, that's too many streams. 5 times, it's not possible for me every week, but I will stream every week 2 times to 4 times every week. That's the plan. Yeah, so I'm a little bit more flexible which days I'm going to stream, but the time will always be the same, 20:30 Central Europe time, so that will not change. and then I will see if I'm streaming tomorrow or on Wednesday. But yeah, the plan is 2 streams at least every week, and then see 2 to 4 streams, or maybe if the time is there, maybe sometimes even 5 streams. But yeah, I think we're making great progress in the streams. Super fun, cool start was it. You learned also something. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next stream.